Hello, darlings. Hi. Let's talk about relationships today. This is something that has been on my heart always. I'm a lover. At my core, I am a lover. And so I will forever be, I think, fascinated with understanding relationships, processing, speaking about, and learning more and more. So two things. I heard an interesting Instagram reel the other day, and I actually don't know the speaker. I haven't heard any more of his content. He was being interviewed on a podcast, and he has this big, massive, charismatic energy, and he's like booming voice. And he said most people, when they are seeking relationship, are actually just seeking companionship. And he said the difference between seeking companionship and seeking partnership is shared goals. And so oftentimes we are individuals coming together with other very individualized beings, and we're creating companionship. And this is what we see with our friends. I mean, some of my dearest friends are very driven women who have families and have lives, and we come together and create magic. And also, we have our own separate goals and ecosystems that we navigate and exist in most of the time. And I adore that. I think that there's no demonizing companionship. However, when you're looking for a life partner, or if that's what you're saying you're looking for, then perhaps, and this is what the speaker was suggesting, looking at partnership. And partnership is based around shared goals. And so that is saying, what are you wanting in life? What am I wanting in life? What are we wanting in life, and how can you play a role, I play a role to move us towards that. And he also said that the relationships that have the longest longevity and feelings of passion and intimacy and deep devotion are those that have shared goals. And so I think that's just such a wonderful thing if you feel you are ready to be in true partnership to speak about with your potential partner or your dates or, you know, whoever's interviewing for that role. And also for you to take a look at yourself as well, and to recognize, because I think if people are honest with themselves, they don't really want to work towards someone else's goal that might be a shared goal. They kind of want to do their own thing and be their own entity. And we are seeing a trend of society moving less away from, sorry, more away from the tribal energy to individualized energy, where there is this I am the center of the universe focus, which can be in its shadow state superficiality, force, victim mentality. I mean, it can be certainly in its shadow state, but I believe that the trend is actually going to move us to more individualized energy that will then create more deeper, truer, transparent intimacy, freedom, majesty, presence. I deeply believe that and have all the hope and just sense that that's where we will move to. And also, I think we will need assistance in being guided there. So take a look at yourself and say, okay, well, what would I like to create, and who would I need a teammate for to do that? And then that might assist you when you are looking at future candidates for that. So if you're someone who wants a family, then you would be looking for someone who's family minded, who would be a patient, loving guide alongside you, who is brave enough to commit long term, who has an aspect of them that's able to provide and make good choices, be responsible, etc. So, and then discussing and coming together and saying, what is the vision and the goal for our partnership? What are we creating in the world? How are we impacting the world? And I love this. I think of a line I heard in church where um, a genuine relationship is it's the coming together of me and you for the betterment of each other and the betterment of the world. And so the glue that holds a relationship together is a global mission. And if there isn't that drive, if it's singularly focused or even just tribally focused, in my personal opinion, I don't know if it's big enough to last a lifetime or however much longer you have on this earth. I believe that the mission, and this could be all of my Sagittarius energy that is very globally oriented and collectively oriented. For me, think that my goals and my visions would need to be huge. I mean, beyond family, beyond building a family, beyond um, a home, and um, these sort of things. I would want to be partnered with someone who is prepared and excited and wanting to play a role in creating some sort of global impact alongside me, because that's the trajectory that I feel most lit up about when I speak about it. And I know that I need allies on that journey. I know that that's a big, not big, I just know that that is, well, fuck it, big. I was trying to remove any language that makes it seem impossible. But I don't believe it is impossible. I think it is a big mission, and I need allies because there's a lot of people in the world, and if there's some sort of mission that I want to, or impact that I want to make, I know that I need support. So funny. Sometimes we can get overly obsessed with playing with words. Um, but the frequency is what's most important. And so, yeah, that was very interesting to me. And on that note, I know many clients who have come to me and they are very focused on finding a partner and they're very much so serious and manifesting and looking and interviewing and all of these things. And they also don't really have any friendship and they don't have any confidants. And they long to take care of something and they get a dog. They're like, oh, I've kind of chilled out about the whole partner thing. I'm like, so that companionship piece is important, and I'm not diminishing it in any way. That's why I mentioned several times, if you think you want partnership, maybe consider first, are you prepared to vision and dream and goal set with an ally and birth a bigger vision into the world? Or are you just looking for someone to cuddle with, to be with you every day, and to go on long walks with you by the beach? If so, I would suggest getting a really good friend, a pet, and then contemplate where else you would like your life to go. Um, yes, I think the other thing that was really interesting when it comes to dating is it's come to my attention recently, the concept of 90 days. And Steve Harvey speaks about this. And so you can check it out and look it up. It's in one of his books. I forget the name of it. How to think like a woman, or how to date like a something. You'll find it. Just type in Steve Harvey 90 days. And so he speaks about when you're first dating and getting to know someone who you envision being your partner. I'm not talking about a companion or a fling or um, someone to satisfy your sexual urges. These sort of things I think fall in the companionship category and are on a whole different level of dating than what I'm speaking about. I'm speaking about dating for partnership, um, for longevity, for the rest of your life, for, it's a serious relationship. So he suggests getting to know the person for 90 days before they receive their benefit package. And it is so funny when he talks about this. It cracked me up so much. And if you know him, you know he's a character. So he was like, ladies, you need to wait and interview this man 90 days before he gets the benefit package of your cookie. I must have turned like 50 shades of red. I was like, oh my God. I love it though. I love it. I think that there are so many beautiful chemicals and connections that are made when we are intimate with someone. And I think it can literally, and I know it can literally change your brain chemistry and get you thinking in different ways. And that could be good, that could be bad, depending on if you've built a foundation of truly understanding who that person is before those chemicals come in and influence you in a particular direction. Um, so I love it. I love that within those 90 days, you're speaking to the person and developing a friendship, and you're understanding again, what do they want to create in the world? What do they have left to do? What are they super proud of? Where have they been? Where do they want to go? And you get to really try to understand, if you can, even in 90 days is such a short amount of time to try to understand someone's essence. But to be around them and to communicate with them and converse with them in different situations, and within those 90 days, there's going to be stress that comes up for one or the other. There's going to be, um, there could be medical issues, there could be emergencies at work, there could be loads of things that come up where you get the opportunity to see how that person handles those situations. And I know if I had done this in the past, I don't think I don't think any of my partners would have made it to the benefit package. I'm serious. It's kind of sad to say, but it's all learning, and um, and perhaps maybe Christina in those days wasn't actually truly as ready as she said she was for the partnership that I'm speaking about. And so this is serious. I mean, this is for someone who has a high value on themselves, on their time, and on their future. And I know for me that value has increased exponentially over the past year to 6 months. And it feels awesome to raise the value on something that is truly priceless, which is my time, my energy, my life, my emotional body, my health. And so, yeah, I would encourage you. And I know there are a lot of women in particular that watch and work with me. And I think this is a really wonderful challenge. And I don't think you need to fixate on the 90 days exactly, but I really would love for you to fixate on the concept of, do you know this person through various different situations? Do you find them a good friend? Are they a good frequency to be around? How do you feel when their energy, their aura enters your vessel before you allow their anatomy to enter your vessel? And again, release chemicals that are going to cloud your judgment. And it's wonderful and it's amazing. I'm not shaming it. I fucking love it. And also, I know through experience, and I'm sure many of you do as well, that you can tell as you're getting to know someone if when their aura comes into your body, it feels good or not. And I'm talking about on the phone, face to face, when you see them handle certain situations, when you see them in group settings, and when you hear them speak about certain things, your body's constantly communicating to you. Especially, I believe, women, I think men as well, honestly, I'm going to say both. Us as humans, we are so intuitive. We are so intuitive and emotionally attuned, and we are predators and we are apex predators, but we also understand tribe and herd. And so with that being said, we're always evaluating, scanning, trying to figure out what the other is about. And we're all wired to do it. So it means that we are in tune with the other. We do know how the other feels. And it's sort of this monkey mind that gets in the way that says, oh, well, um, they're super cute, so I'll just ignore that. Or they have a lot of money, so I'll just, avoid that, that they're always complaining. It's the mind that gets in the way of the body. The body's like, no, we don't like it. We don't like it. We don't want it. like you'll feel the resistance building up in you. And I would just encourage you that no matter what the mind says, trust the body. Because here's the thing, if the mind, and this is what I teach in human design, if the mind takes the assumed authority of the body, you will always end up making incorrect choices. Why? Because the body has the truth and the wisdom. It's intuitive and oftentimes, most of the time, unexplainable, the choices it makes, why it makes the choices that it does. However, it is the thing that shows up for the choices that are made. So let's say the mind says, yep, we'll be with that person. Yep, we'll have their kids. Yep, we'll move into their house. And the body is like, oh, no, none of that. We don't like any of that. But the mind's like, yeah, you do. They have a lot of money and they have a good family and they're going to take care of your kids and they're going to, you don't even have to work anymore and all this stuff, all this crap talking you into something. And the body's like, okay, we'll just fucking go along with this for however long we can make it. And that's the key. The body has to show up every day for the decision. And so if the mind talks the body into doing something, it will never last. Never. Never. It can't. The body is a physiological engine. It's simple in the sense that it requires certain things to function and it has its limits when those things aren't met. So, an unsafe environment, an unsafe, I'm not necessarily saying abuse is present, but unsafe meaning it doesn't love, it doesn't feel at peace, it doesn't find homeostasis around that person or in that energy, then it will be in a subtle, perhaps constant state of stress. That will only be able to last for so long. Now, you could make it 27 years, but I bet you'll have some sort of cancer or dis-ease in the body. I doubt you'll be able to maintain your shine and focus on impacting the world. And you might be a pain in the ass to be around because your emotions are wrecked, because your body is constantly living in a subtle state, perhaps, of fight or flight. I know there are so many people that are listening to this and they're just like, yep, been there, done that. So I will encourage you. Listen to the body, listen to the intuition, play with the 90 days. When you're interviewing these lucky, beautiful potential partners, think about, am I looking for companionship? Am I looking for partnership? What would be good questions to express to this individual to determine the same, to make my deduction of whether they're looking for just simply companionship or partnership. And am I okay with that? Is that what I want as well? Are we aligned in our goals and our vision? And I think we will avoid a lot more of our suffering that is self created and really take control over any victim stories you have around relationships. You have to own your side of the street and how you show up and what you bring into it. And if you are longing for companionship, get a plant, get a pet, get a friend, and love that friend. Be a good fucking friend. Practice being an amazing friend and in relationship with that being who wants to be with you. It's amazing. And let them be with you and have adventures with you. And all of that will fill your cup up and satiate some of those desires that we need. We need tribe, even though we are moving, I think, to a different direction than what we've ever seen before and what we've ever known before, and it will be new territory. There will be, because there must be, an element of us that will always be tribal. And you just have to determine what level that looks like for you and how much of that is needed. Okay, I love you. Happy Friday. I'll see you tomorrow.